All right, Coach, thank you. There's a look at New Era Field here in Orchard Park, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. Twisting away. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, here's Allen. He's going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. Gets through, and now an opening. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a
story.
Long night.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first down is Allen. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good. How
about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And the grab by Croft. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And past the 30, down to about the 27. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, it's Grant. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Over! On play action, Allen. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Foster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers getting set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line of the red zone.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. An update from around the league as our first one comes from... So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Gordon on 1st down. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Watch it now, Marty. Marty.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now let's go. 319. 319. Detroit. Detroit.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Matt Milano leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Detroit! Detroit!
look to throw. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. In for the score. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Buffalo after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Throw outside, complete to Foster. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Steps away to his left. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Allen. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Corey Grant as the first half is winding down. And the Bills are in for 6. Hauschka with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll throw now on the final play. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. So we've reached, you want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now Austin Eckler on the return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now Allen throwing on second down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun now on third down. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And now out come the Bills. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Allen to throw on second down. Throw left side complete. It's Foster. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. They go play action here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now they'll run it on the toss. Got some real estate inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Allen now looking to throw on second down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Throwing is Allen on third. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Gone, 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 gone.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Lucky 56. Watching that, Barney, Barney. Watching that, Barney, Barney.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bills have recovered.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. To throw, it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Escaping the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Watching now, Barney, Barney.
Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Shakes off the side. And the pressure gets to him again.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So out come the Chargers. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Completes it to Benjamin. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll look to throw here. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jerry Hughes in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gone! All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! Over.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
3-19. Gone.
Back to throw now on first down. Henry's got it out on the left side. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Detroit! Gone!
On play action, they'll throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Detroit! Gone! Let's get off the field. Over!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Delta! Hey, Delta!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready? 380. Yeah, rock it.
Rivers now from the 50. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Rivers now to throw on first down. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. No problem there on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And here come the Bills. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. He's at the 30, past the 20, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for the rookie Josh Allen, and the Bills will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
First down, Rivers. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hey, 79! 79!
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Set! 380! Hey, I'm gonna go load it! Load it! Shut!
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hey, go orange. Orange. Hey, left. 5-4. Hey, go orange, 5-4. Load it. 5-4. Load it.
Now Rivers. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Rivers to Allen on the hook up there. 58 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches...
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Andre Roberts now to return it. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And the Bills getting set to go. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Finding some room at midfield. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But That touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
Around the NFL fourth quarter right now in Atlanta. And it was the Panthers that wound up winning that one. A win would be their first of the young season. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now Rivers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Rivers. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Bills are going to win the football game.
Leopard! Leopard!
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee.